Hey, Marin. You were asking questions about OCD. I have a couple things to say on that. One, there is a website um, called Serenity Bay online. Sorry, my cords are all tangled up here. Um, it is one of the largest OCD support groups online, and that was started and run by my father. My sister also helps run it, although she's doing other things right now because she's just had a baby. My mother has OCD and has had it her whole life, and still struggles with it to this day. Um, I have some obsessive compulsive things that I do. I have hand washing and some other things. My mom is a lot worse. She actually has to take medication and stuff to help her out. And I've spoken to, and I am also on the support group as a member. Um, yeah, I'll just say it from my point of view. As a child growing up with a mom with OCD, life is never not interesting. Um, for a long time, it was hard for me to understand what was going on. Uh, I uh, I internalized a lot of things. I felt very abused in a lot of areas. Now that I'm older, I understand it more. Um, I understand why nothing could ever be clean enough for my mom, or um, things like that. Or why my mom acted the way she did sometimes towards us, or um, my mom's told me some things too. I'm not going to share just because I don't think my mom would want that. Uh, but I will say that it is very traumatic experience, and especially when the OCD is really hardcore, because your mind tells you things that aren't true. Is basically the only way to put that. You don't hallucinate necessarily, but your mind definitely tells you things that aren't true. Um, like your mind will a thought will pop in your head like, oh, did I hurt somebody? And that thought can perpetuate into you actually believing that you've hurt someone when you haven't. Um, and it can continue on like that. Uh, there are things called religiosity, which is where you basically have a fear of God, and of hurting God, or not hurting God, but going against God, so to speak. Um, sorry, I was kind of watching a show too. uh, there's so many things to OCD. It is a never-ending cycle, and the hardest thing, I think, is that it becomes a part of who you are. Um, just like a blind person has to learn how to read Braille, um, and function in that environment, an OCD person has to learn to function in their environment. Now, my mom cannot work. She cannot drive. She cannot go out of the house alone without someone there that she trusts and can watch over her. Um, yeah, so it's a really tough thing. I definitely recommend reading up on it. Um, you know, I haven't done much reading, of course, because I've lived through a lot of this. I've spoken to my mom. I've talked to people on Serenity Bay. um, which I'm definitely plugging right now. So if anybody watches this and you have OCD, go check out Serenity Bay. You can Google it. It is a really good support group. It is a Christian-based support group, so uh, mind that there's there's a Serenity Bay where it's kind of an everybody. There's also Serenity Bay Men's where men talk about more personal issues, where it's just men. And there's also the Serenity Bay Women's, which is more personal issues for women. So there's separate entities within Serenity Bay. Um, and my dad is always there to help with questions and answers and stuff. You can just email him. Uh, and so is my sister for the women. Uh, yeah, that's about it. Um, anyway, I really recommend checking that out if you want to know more about it. You can email my dad anytime on from there. Anyway, that's about it. Talk to you later. Oh yeah, get back on. I want to see what your haircut looks like when you get it cut. Look cool. All right. See you later, man. Bye.